What it do? Yeah, you got the pulse report.
Oh man, hey, so welcome to episode 3 of the Pulse Report. I'm your host Marco.
And I'm your co-host, the Joker One.
And man, we just want to welcome you to the Pulse Report podcast. And first and foremost, man, we want to thank each and every supporter, every follower, and each and every person that has been supporting the podcast thus far. This is episode 3, man. So we hope you guys have enjoyed the first 2 episodes. And we hope to continue to bring you great content. And while you guys are at it, hey Josh, why don't you let them know where they can follow us at and stuff?
Yeah, man, I'll be sure to do that. You can follow us at the Pulse Report on Twitter and Instagram. You can get on the SoundCloud and follow us at Pulse Report Podcast. And if you have any suggestions and any ideas that you want to present to us, or you want any debate that you want us to talk about, email us at pulsereportsubmit@gmail.com.
All right. So yeah, man, you guys don't forget, man, to definitely hit us up and definitely send those suggestions, man. But we ain't gonna waste your time, man. We're gonna get right into this episode. So TPR, man, let's go.
Yes,
so
sir.
Josh, tell me, please tell me, man, what did you think about that Game 5 NBA Finals?
Man, KD. That's all I can say. That man came there to get a ship, and sure enough, he came there and did what he expected to do. I mean, him and the Golden State Warriors, they a machine, and they here for the next couple years, so the league better be ready for what they about to do. It's about to be crazy, man.
Not only should the league be ready, man, they should be ready to just bow down, to be honest, man. I mean, we watched these guys go out there in 5 games, bro. Like, it was 5 games. It only took them 5 games, and really it only should have took them 4. But, the Cavs had an amazing game 4.
Amazing, bro. I mean, most points in the first quarter, most points in the first half, most
in
threes.
History.
I mean, damn. I mean, of course they gonna win when they do that, but we knew they couldn't. They couldn't do that again, and they wasn't gonna beat Golden State 4 straight times anyway. So what's the point? Just like you said, they bowed down.
Right, and now it's like everybody's talking about, KD took the easy way out, and I'm like, man, that's BS, because KD went out there and he literally dominated the series. Now, although don't get me wrong, LeBron did his thing and he dominated as well, but Kevin Durant went out there and let everybody know that he's not only just the best offensive player in the league, but he made the right decision in going to Golden State and not just riding their coattail. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he went there and he was the best player on their team throughout the whole season.
Oh, yeah, just like he told LeBron. They tied up now. LeBron got him when he first joined his super team in Miami, a young KD. And now, like KD said, I'm back now with my team. I mean, this man averaged 35, 8, and 5 with a steal and a block. I mean,
and not to mention Steph Curry's numbers. I mean, KD did his thing, but quiet as kept. I mean, Steph Curry could have. I mean, he probably couldn't have won MVP because how crazy Kevin Durant was playing. But
right,
I can't even say had Kevin Durant not played in this series, because we don't know how it would have turned out. But my goodness, Steph Curry's stat line was just as crazy.
I know. I'm looking at it right now. 27, 8, and 9 with 2 steals. I mean, if he really did, that game 4 where he had 14 points, if he would have had a normal 27, 8, and 5, he possibly could have got the MVP himself. It could have been co-MVPs. Both of them, they was on a mission. This duo right here is deadly. Like I said, the league's in trouble.
And I hear a lot of people, talking about, what is the team going to be able to stay together? They got to sign Steph Curry this summer. He's due to get paid. And then, Kevin Durant has to get his money as well. I mean, I don't see them breaking up. But what do you think about the team sticking together?
They going to do what's necessary to keep the team together. Everybody plays a part. Draymond is the reinforcement, the defense. Steph Curry is the motor. KD is the new muscle. And Klay, you just do your thing. When you come through, that's when the Golden State looks the best. When Klay have his games, that's when they look the best, because everybody else is going to come to the party. I told one of my good friends that before the series even started, KD was going to give you 30 every game. That was a fact. He was coming here to prove a point. And once he got on this stage, wasn't nothing gonna hold him back. Not LeBron, not the Cavs, not nobody. That's why when people say that the Spurs would have beat them, I'm like, yeah, they probably would have beat them game one, but they probably would have won another game after that. Facts.
Yo, I literally said that. I think I said that maybe in the first podcast, the first episode of the podcast when we was interviewing Keith. I think I had mentioned that I don't think that the Spurs would have won a single game after game one. But again, people have been talking about it. Rumors have been going. What are they going to stay together? Are they going to be able to afford to keep them together? And I think that's the biggest deal, is trying to afford them. Now, there's been rumors that Kevin Durant is going to take a pay cut, and I think that he will. And I think Steph Curry is going to he's going to take a smaller pay cut, because Steph Curry is probably the only player in NBA history who hasn't got the money he deserved for this long. I mean, you could talk about the LeBron's scenarios, but Steph Curry was under a long-term contract in which all of the starters made more than he did a year. You know what I'm saying?
He's the fault for that. I mean, at the beginning of his career, he really didn't look like he looked now.
It wasn't that either, though. It was the injuries. It was the injuries.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
team didn't want to take a long-term gamble on the injuries. I mean, which is not anybody's fault necessarily, but all that's to say, Steph Curry is finally going to get what he deserves.
Facts. He deserves it, like you said, and he been the face of that franchise for the longest. Like you said, he deserves that money.
And I think, like I said, I think he's going to take a little bit off the top too. I think he's going to take a little bit off the top and allow them to. His. Yeah, because I think Klay Thompson has one more year left in his contract, and that's who's been the biggest X factor as far as who people are talking about might go somewhere else, which I don't think. I think the scenario is perfect for Klay Thompson, really, because we all know he's more of a catch and shoot type of player. And if you have two players like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant who can create shots for themselves and are deadly shooters, people are going to start helping off. And we've seen Klay go for 60 and a quarter. 60 and 3/4,
60, my guy.
37 and 1/4. Like, we've seen him with his greatness, but it's all a testament to how great they are together opposed to how good they are apart.
You're right.
I mean, we sit here and we just watched Kevin Durant average 35, but we also seen Steph Curry average over 20-something points a game. And even though Klay didn't have a great series, Klay has had his moments. And I think, like I said, it will behoove him to stick to that dynasty. It looks like dynasty in the making, and just let's get these rings, man. You gonna go to the Hall of Fame? You got 2 rings. Maybe I can understand if they won 2 more, and then maybe they wanted to go their separate ways.
Right.
But let's run the table, and you guys cement yourselves in basketball history. Like, I think that's exactly how it's gonna go. So I don't see them guys breaking up anytime soon.
At all. I mean, if, like you said, if they win 2 more straight, why break up then? We just did a 3-peat. Why not see if we can be the best team all time and get 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, like LeBron said? I mean, anything is
like
possible.
LeBron said. So speaking of LeBron, let's talk about it. Let's not acknowledge he averaged a triple-double. LeBron James is the best player in the world. There is no debating that.
A machine.
But I will say this though. Outside of Golden State being just too much for them, what do the Cavs need to do to get over the hump? Because, we just said it, we're expecting Golden State to, at least be making it to the finals for the next 4 to 5 years easily. What can the Cavs do to not only meet them in the finals, but to maybe get one, maybe steal one, get over the hump? What do they need to do? I've heard the Kevin Love trade rumors, Paul George, Melo. Like, what do you think?
Man, I'm looking at this. Kevin Love's stock drops every game he plays. He's like a car. Every game he plays, he's more miles on your car, which decreases the value of your car. So this past series, you're not getting much for K-Love. People keep saying that the Pacers are going to give up Paul George for K-Love, or the Bulls going to give up Jimmy Butler for K-Love. Nah, that's not going to happen. So the Cavs are they're in a bad spot. They got J.R. making all this money, Kevin Love making all this money, Kyrie got to get his, LeBron, he got to get his. You just gave Iman Shumpert a new deal. You got Kyle. You $28 million over the cap. You literally have no room to move unless you can get a trade. And like I said, what are you gonna get for Kevin Love at this point? Not nothing that's gonna get you over the top.
The rumor was give K Love and Shumpert to the Pacers for Paul George. Now, if I'm Indiana, I don't know. I might take that.
Hold on. Just imagine you own Indiana right now. You're a billionaire.
Right.
I call you on the phone right now and say, I got Kevin Love and Iman Shumpert wrapped up. And I'm about to deliver them to you for your best player, Paul George, who might be a top, what would you say, 7,
Maybe 15?
15?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Some people don't look at him like a star, man. You know, he didn't average 25 points a game. Like, he's never done that before. So, I don't know.
Right.
I'm a Paul George fan, but, you know, I can't argue with numbers. So, you know, he might not be a top 10. I mean, he could be a top 10, maybe not. If he is, he's literally at the last spot.
Okay.
But,
I'll take that.
But I mean, go ahead, keep going. So if you're the Cavs or the Pacers, you know, how did this play out?
Yeah, so pretty much I'm trying to give these two players for your top 10 player, Paul George. That's what you just told me.
Right, but the thing is, I mean, honestly, you got to look at it like this. They have to get something for Paul George because
but is Kevin Love really something?
Yeah, I mean, he's better than nothing because what you can end up with, if you don't get a better deal, Paul George walks in the summer of 2018 and you literally lost a superstar and now you're stuck at the bottom trying to rebuild with nothing, no assets.
Yeah. You already went wrong when Paul George wanted to leave. My thing is, you're telling me you're going to give me K-Love, and then what's going to happen? I'm going to be probably mediocre for the next 2 years anyway, and I'm going to be tanking. So I'm going to be in the same situation just probably a year later.
So you wouldn't take – so if you're the Pacers, you won't take K-Love and Iman Shumpert for –
I'm not saying that I won't trade Paul George off the strength that we won't get nothing. What I'm saying is I want something better than K-Love and Iman Shumpert. Somebody else out there going to put a deal out there that's better than, you know, Iman Shumpert and Kevin Love. That's in my opinion. But if you want to take that deal, take it. I feel as though if the Cavs get Paul George, that makes the series more interesting. But I still got the Warriors beating them convincingly.
Yeah, and I think that it would come down to – sure, Paul George will be out there on the floor, but if Paul George is who people say he is, then if he's not this superstar and all of that, then I mean he probably won't make a difference. And I think Kevin Love takes a little bit more flack than he truly deserves, and I could be giving him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he did shrink in the moment, but Kevin Love was probably one of the most important players from the previous game in which they won. Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of up and down with him. But when he's playing well, it's like the Cavs are unstoppable when he's playing well. But, you know, that's no excuse for your Kyle Korvers being trash and Richard Jefferson's and none of them producing. I mean, J.R. Smith had, 2 good games maybe? You know, so.
Yeah, but to me, those players are who they are. We know Kyle Korver is just a spot-up shooter. He gonna make them or miss them. We know J.R. Smith is inconsistent. We known this his whole career. You got Richard Jefferson. You know exactly what he is. You got everything you got from everybody. Kyrie averaged 29, 4, and 4. I expected that. LeBron averaged a triple-double. I expected that. I expected Kevin Love to shrink in big moments. The Cavs try to load up with all these players, but nobody can create their own shot. All of them are spot-up shooters. They have to rely on LeBron.
But not only that, though. It's not even just that they can create their own shot. The problem is it's only one guy on the Cavaliers roster who's willing to pass the ball, and that's LeBron James. And honestly, like you just gave out Kyrie's numbers. I think you said 29, 4, and 4. If I'm a point guard, that's not a good number for me. You know, I understand there's a lot of score-first point guards, but Kyrie Irving, the problem is every time Kyrie Irving touches the ball, he feels like it needs to be a one-on-one scenario. And, yeah, when it's going well, it looks beautiful. But when he's off, it's like he forces the issue. Like, we saw him shoot, 2 air balls in Game 5. Like, just trying to press the issue for no reason. So I don't necessarily think it's the role players. You know, it's everybody not last name James. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like nobody really knows when to do what. And I think Kyrie Irving is one of the best players in the league, and he's clearly like an unguardable player at most times, but he gets into that mindset of one-on-one too much, and it seems to hurt them more than it help them when they go up against a team like, you can't make mistakes like that against the Warriors. You got to minimize your mistakes, and if Kyrie Irving wants to go out there and shoot the ball 30 times and not shoot in the high 40%, it's not good for your team. It's just what it is.
I agree, but my thing is that anything new with Kyrie Irving? Didn't we expect that? He's been just a scoring machine the past 2-3 since LeBron got there. He never was a person that created for others. He was just always a scorer. So that's why I'm saying going into this series, I knew what Kyrie was going to do. He going to score a lot of points. He going to dribble, and take the toughest shots. It looked good, but like you said, it's hurting the team because everybody's just standing there watching, including LeBron. Like you said, the only passer on the team is LeBron James, and that's why when he sits down on the bench, nothing happens. The ball is just stagnant. Everybody just want to sit there and shoot, but they can't even create their own shot. So, and you 28 mil over the cap with that team that we just said. So, I mean, what can you really do if you can't get nothing for Kevin Love? Let's just hypothetically say that. Let's say nobody want Kevin Love and you're stuck with this team. What can you do? I mean, the only thing you could probably do is sign a league minimum deal, veteran minimum deal, and that ain't going to get you over the Warriors. So LeBron might get out of there next year. He might do what he do, put up the numbers, just keep trying to stat them stats, but I don't see him getting another ring with Cleveland, at least not with this roster constructed right now.
You actually just took my next point right out, because I was going to ask you if you think they had what it takes to win another one, but I honestly, contrary to what a lot of people are saying, I think the best case scenario for the Cavs is actually to keep Kevin Love. I don't think Paul George makes them better because, I mean, Kevin Love is still a great player in the NBA, no matter which way you slice it. Sometimes the scenarios and the system and how the game is going doesn't necessarily fit his playing style. But Kevin Love is still somebody that has to be accounted for by the defense. Kevin Love is still a great rebounder. He's a great passer. Everyone knows he's, not the premier defender or anything, but, neither are any of the other players on the Cavaliers roster. So I think the best case scenario for the Cavs are to keep Kevin Love. I don't think LeBron James leaves, not necessarily because there is an opportunity anywhere else, but LeBron James has been in the league now for 13, 14 years. If LeBron James leaves, that's where he's going to be for the rest of his career. I don't think he wants to go anywhere where he doesn't feel like, A, he has a legitimate shot, and B, I think he wants to retire a Cavalier, being a native of Ohio. So I think he stays in Cleveland. I think Cleveland maybe makes another run to the finals. I'm not sure. Honestly, I think it has a lot to do with what Boston is going to do. So with their crazy amount of picks and their draft position, I think it really depends on what they're going to do. But I'm very much interested to see, how it plays out in Cleveland. But again, I have Kevin Love staying put, and I have LeBron James staying put. And I think they just got to try to reach. They got to unload some of these veterans like Channing Frye, and maybe Richard Jefferson hangs it up. Who knows? But they need to bring in a little bit more younger, dynamic players who can help them on both ends of the floor, on both ends of the floor. So we'll see how it plays out, man. But, definitely want to take the time to congratulate the 2017 NBA champions,
yes, sir,
the Golden State Warriors, and their Finals MVP, Kevin Durant. Shout out to the guy, man, number 35 for Golden State, man. You made a bold decision, and all you did was go out there and back up everything that you set forth out there. So congratulations to the Golden State Warriors and Kevin Durant.
Silence them haters.
Congratulations to LeBron as well for being the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double in the finals.
Salute.
Yeah, so I mean, LeBron, you went out there and you did your thing, man. I a lot of people give me flack for how I treat LeBron, but I honestly think I call it how I see it.
I mean, them just the LeBron crazy fans.
Yeah, absolutely. But LeBron, you played your game, bro. You know, you did your thing. You put up some astronomical numbers, but hey, it wasn't enough. Kyrie, it wasn't enough. K-Love, it definitely wasn't enough. So, you know, it's nothing more we can say about the finals, man. We'll see what happens come summer league. You know, we got a big draft coming up. How you feeling about the draft? I mean, do you think this draft is going to be like one of those drafts where they produce a lot of good NBA players, or do you just see mainly majority mediocre players?
I don't know, man. You never can anticipate the draft anymore. I mean, these kids are so young, and all I know is I'm not relying on rookies. I really know about Lonzo Ball and Fultz. I paid attention to them two, and out of them two, I like Lonzo Ball because of his length, what he could bring to the table. I know he can shoot, he can create, and that's big in the NBA right now. And him being a big point guard, I hope he lands at the Los Angeles Lakers, because that's my squad, and we need something. We need something in LA right now, because we just dry. I'm tired of us being sorry, man. I'm sick of it.
Absolutely. So now it's officially the end of basketball season. A lot of people are happy that it's the end of the basketball season because their team probably sucked, or they probably just like LeBron and they lost, so they're upset about that. But a lot of people are looking forward to the NFL, man. The NFL. So we know that in a couple months we'll have a little bit of preseason football to kind of entertain us. But tell me, what do you think about, the NFL? Just we ain't gonna stay on it too long, but what is your takes on everything that happened as far as the draft and the off season, and the Patriots are already the favorites, and I don't think that you can kind of go against that. What do you think about it?
How can you go against the GOAT? I mean, the Patriots made all types of good moves as usual. Bill Belichick showing you he's the genius that he is. I mean, Pittsburgh, they're going to get Martavius Bryant back off suspension. That's going to be a deadly team out in the AFC. But look out for the Oakland Raiders. Derek Carr comes back from the broken leg. That's my squad. They signed beast mode. I mean, you never know what to expect from them. Over in the NFC side, I mean, you still got Atlanta with that prolific offense. You never can really count out Seattle with that defense. I mean, I
can't
always
count
say
out Green Bay either with
I was
Aaron
just
Rodgers.
I was just about to say they got the best quarterback in the league. Although Tom Brady is the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the league. There's a difference.
And I think that has a lot to do with age,
Yeah, all that.
Aaron Rodgers is a talent unlike we've probably seen, for the majority of what quarterbacks kind of stand for. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, but that old guy, number 12, Thomas Brady, he makes it hard to say that because he just keeps defying Father Time, and it looks like, if I had to put my money on it, I'm certainly betting that the Patriots will repeat. But it's football, man. It's any given Sunday. It's all about who's the best team on that day, not necessarily who's the best team in the NFL.
I can't wait,
I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to football as well, man. It's definitely sad that for me that the NBA is over. I'm also happy the NBA is over because it ended with the guy who everyone hated for a whole season, raising 2 trophies at the end. So I can't even be mad at it at all, man. So maybe like LeBron said, for all the LeBron fans, man, LeBron said he's going to watch some WNBA games. So maybe you guys out there should do the same. Shout out to my LA Sparks defending champions right now. So we'll see how it goes, man. I'm definitely excited. I'm not sure how many people pay attention to the NHL, but I did want to make a quick point. I don't know if a lot of people know, man. Shout out to the black hockey player that played for the other team in the Stanley Cup.
I don't even know his name. Salute, though, my guy.
I don't even know his name either. I'm going to be honest. I don't know his name either, but I know he's black. And I think that's huge, man. Like, black people don't play hockey. This is not a race thing, but we all know black people. It's not a lot of black people in hockey. How about that? But this guy, I think his name is PK something.
Man, it don't even matter. You out there, bro. You out there.
It don't even matter what his name is. But he made it to the Stanley Cup, man. So nonetheless, man, shout out to him. Shout out to Sidney Crosby. He did his thing, got him another Stanley Cup.
Another one.
Absolutely. So We will be bringing you great content each and every week about something. Best believe that.
Best to believe.
Best believe that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, man, and wrap this thing up. We're gonna keep it short and sweet for you this week, man. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode as well. So, hey Josh, man, let them know exactly where they can follow us and everything else again.
Of course, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Pulse Report. Also, you can follow us at SoundCloud, Pulse Report Podcast. And if you have any suggestions or any ideas you want to present to the podcast, you can email us at thepulsereportsubmit@gmail.com.
Yeah, so man, I want to just take the time again, man, to thank each and every supporter, each and every listener, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We trying to do something, you know what I'm saying, to bring to y'all. And y'all have been very supportive. Thank you to the family and friends and everyone else, man. And we got a couple people we're going to start shouting out on a weekly basis who have definitely been supporting at an all-time high, whether it be, you know, creating dialogue via Instagram or reposting on Facebook or whatever, man. We're definitely going to give you guys some shout outs, and we're going to be doing some special things coming up as well, man. We got some ideas for some giveaways. You know, we got some t-shirts we got coming, man, some merchandise that, you know, we're not even going to ask you to pay for. We're going to invest in ourselves and get it done and, you know, give it out to some of the people, because again, this is not just our podcast. This is you all's podcast as well. This podcast belongs to all of us. So, you know, definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, we're going to wrap it up, man. So I'm your host, Marco.
And I'm your co-host, the Joker One.
And man, yeah, TPR.
We out of here.
What it do, yeah. You got the pulse report.